Okay, so today I have some of the questions and maybe answers very short. Uh, First question is that I live in my house after
Mm,
converting to Islam with my family, and I eat
yeah.
what they cook.
Hmm.
I eat what they cook, and
Yeah.
sometimes the dishes are mixed up, and
Hmm.
sometimes they put their hands in the pot through which I do ghusl.
Yeah.
So I read in the book Man La Yahdurul Faqih that uh, it is written, سألت أبا عبد الله عليه السلام عن آنية أهل الذمة والمجوس
Mm,
فقال
hmm.
لا تأكلوا في آنيتهم, don't eat in their dishes,
Yeah.
uh, ولا من طعامهم الذي uh, يطبخون. Okay, uh,
Okay.
and from the food that they cook. So the problem
Okay.
is, so the problem comes that what should I do? I don't know how to cook,
So
and
any time that is and something cause you great discomfort and compliance to that ruling would be not be easy as such that it will cause you um, a great amount of difficulty in your life as you are young and you have to live with your family. So those things are forgiven for you. Anytime that a man needs, he has to live with someone, and he cannot live independently, and he has to eat from their dishes. So you have no choice because that's so difficult for you, right? And when you can afford to live independently, separately, get your own house, then it'll be a different time. Then you, inshallah, tabaraka wa ta'ala, as long as that is the case, that you're living with your parents, with your family. Sometimes people live with their families, but their house is big. They have a huge kitchen. They could have, so dishes for himself and a cabinet and a fridge for himself. But that's not everybody's house. Usually people have small homes, three, four bedrooms and a small kitchen. And you cannot cook independently from your family. And you cannot really ask them not to touch the dishes. So, because uh, what's the other choice? The other choice would be to wash everything so many times. That will be impossible. They would not like it. And that will cause a great great
misconception.
yeah, great what you call your relationship with your parents, with
Misconception.
your family, yeah, would be affected, right? So in that case, obvious, it's a case of haraj. So do what you can, and the rest Allah forgives. Okay.
Okay. Actually, the problem is it's not possible for us in India, and in the location I live, it's quite
Hmm.
impossible for me to do ihtiyat in all matters. You know,
Hmm.
they cook,
No.
not only my parents, but also my relatives cook some of the time, and sometimes we eat outside and
Oh.
everywhere in the community. If I refuse them that I won't eat from your hands, so it will be a misconception about Islam.
Mhm. Well, until you can do so, so be careful. Yeah, until you can do so.
Okay.
If there's something you cannot do, then Allah doesn't require you to do it.
So my second question is that sometimes the obsessions against my aqaid and against deen comes. Okay,
Hmm.
and I have seen so many people dealing with obsessive compulsive disorder. Those who face so many obsessions about their religious thoughts deal with the obsessions that
Hmm.
comes against aqaid. Will it harm
Okay.
my aqaid?
You
Will
will
it
hurt
harm
your
my
aqaid to do
aqaid?
what? How? I don't understand your
No,
question.
uh, I mean that if obsessions comes to my heart, okay, and I am
Obsession
not
comes to your
mu'taqid.
heart?
Yeah, yeah, obsession comes to mind, sorry, sir. Obsession, if obsessions
Testing.
comes to mind,
Yeah.
can it harm our inner faith? It,
Obsession comes to your heart? Obsession about what?
I mean obsession
When you obsess
against
something, it means you like it a lot. You go after it, right? You're seeking it.
no,
When you're
no,
obsessed
not
with
not
something, it's always on your mind. Okay, obsession comes into your heart. Obsession about what?
About suppose example, if the obsession comes that there is no only one God, there are one or two or three.
Oh, you mean
Okay.
suspicion? Okay, doubts coming into your heart. Okay, yeah.
No,
So
no,
as
not
long it's
doubts.
yeah.
Worst
So
one,
if you yeah, if you doubt about something, and as long as it's not your own conviction, it's just a thought that's transient. You're not responsible for it. It's shaitan that's talking. So all you have to do is not pay attention to it, right? If you what Allah requires you is firm belief that there's only one Allah. And after this belief, and after testifying there's only one Allah, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger, negative thoughts that come into your mind, they are not your deed because nobody can control them. Remember, shaitan is our enemy. Satan is everywhere. And Satan can talk to us and we cannot see him where he's talking to us. And he can enter our bodies and run in our veins and is come into your mind and speak directly inside your brain to you. So if he is saying something wrong and he is bringing up these thoughts, as long as you do not affirm them, as long as you do not agree with them, then that's not your sin. You haven't done anything wrong. Remember, that's just shaitan. All you have to do is say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, A'udhu billahi min shaitan ar-Rajim, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azim, and say la'anat on shaitan, and it goes away. Okay? And not pay attention to it. It's very, very minute. Just make sure that you understand that it's nothing. The moment you pay attention to it, the moment you doubt yourself, that's when it gets you. That's when the waswasa, that's the whisper of shaitan when you listen to it, and that's when you start worshiping shaitan. Remember, the whisper of shaitan, as long as it's a whisper and you do not listen to it, do not pay heed to it, it doesn't harm you. The moment you listen to it and pay attention to it, that's when you have started worshiping the Satan. So, never worship the Satan. It's going to whisper. Just do not pay attention to it and just pray and lead your normal life, okay?
So, as food, there are so many butchers. They are Omaris in our country.
So
And
eating from Omari is fine. Eating from Omari is allowed, okay?
No, they don't slaughter the animal facing the Qibla. They don't slaughter the animal
No,
when
they
it's
do.
facing the
They do. Omaris, they slaughter the animals facing the Qibla. Yeah.
But in our locality, they don't do so.
So if you know they don't do it, then there's a problem. But generally, they do. Generally, Omaris, they face the Qibla and say Allahu Akbar and slaughter the animal. Okay.
So the last question comes. Uh, in India, we live, as per the situations in India. So we have to pretend to be like a secular person, that we respect every religion, and we don't say anything like against the Hindu faith or Christian faith. So it comes very for us. So what about secularism? Uh, I mean,
I don't understand
respecting
what your
every
question
faith.
is. Come again. What's the question? One more time, please.
Question is, what about being secular in India? Secular means not to disrespect the Hindu faith or being good with them.
So being secular, if you want to, of course, you should not disrespect the Hindus. Of course, you have to maintain good relationship with all the hadith that I read today, right? But that doesn't mean you have to become secular. Secular means that you don't have a religion. Secular means that you don't have a religion. So I cannot obviously vouch for that you don't have any religion. You have to be practicing. You have to fear God. You have to fear Allah and follow the teachings of Islam. But of course, as far as your relationship goes with other people, you have to show respect and you have to be kind to them.
If I meant by secularism not to be Ladin or to be against the faith or having no morality, I believe secularism to be in my faith very well, practicing Muslim, but not to
Mhm.
disrespect others' faith. That is
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean with
absolutely,
secularism.
absolutely. That's what you have to do. But that's not secularism. But that is what you have to do. That's exactly right. Hmm. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Sheikh, can I ask one more question uh,
Yeah. Please
from my
go ahead.
brother?
Yeah. Yes. What's your question? Please.
So, one of my brother asked me a question from Kolkata that kafir, uh, as per the kafir, uh, uh, will those people be counted as kafirs who uh, follow the marja or the mujtahid? As per this is described in the hadith, Ya Ali bughduka kufrun wa nifaq. So will the Umaris be counted in the list of kafirs and also the
So it
mujtahideen because
depends.
they
It
do
depends.
believe?
It depends. So there are different types of kufr, different categories of kafir. So there are some people who will be kafir for many reasons. Some people will be kafir for few reasons, and it depends. For if a person has a quality of kufr in him, so for that quality, of course he's kafir. For the rest of the quality, he's not kafir. However, he could be forgiven. He could be excused because he didn't know. So that there are different categories. It's not that easy. Okay, it's not simple. A person a person who is Muslim and does his beliefs are not right, and he has mistakes and errors in his beliefs, and there are many Muslims like that. There are different there categories for them. Their kufr generally does not take them out of realm of Islam, and they could be forgiven in the day of judgment, and they could be taken to paradise. It depends. It all depends. Okay, may Allah bless you. Keep you well. Thank you.